So we did a function of x equal to 3 times cosine x last time. So this tells me that it has a vertical stretch by factor 3. And this makes a new amplitude equal to 3 units high. Now, let's go ahead and look at another one where we have f of x equals negative 3 cosine of x plus 1. Draw your x and y axes. And because it's cosine, I'm going to label everything between, I'm going to go by increments of pi halves. So pi halves, pi. 3 pi halves, 2 pi. 5 pi halves, 3 pi. 7 pi halves, so forth. And I'm going to do 1 here, negative 1 there. I'll do 3 here, negative 3 there. Let's be quiet. And then I'll do 4 because I'm moving everything up by 1. Draw your unit circle and know that your points along the unit circle have 1 and 0, 0 and 1, negative 1 and 0, and 0, negative 1. Now this is 0 pi. Then up here we have pi halves for the rotation, pi, 3 pi halves down here, or 270 degrees, and 2 pi. Now, what we're plotting, and I'm going to do two things. I'm going to make this, the one that looks like that, be a negative. The blue one is going to be multiplied by 3. And then the final one, which we'll just call the pink, will be add 1. Okay, so we'll move everything up 1. So first things first, you can write down what goes on. Okay, vertical stretch, and it vertically stretches by 3. It also has a vertical reflection because it's got 3 times f of x, and then the vertical reflection has negative times f of x. And then it also has the vertical translation up 1 unit. Okay, so that is what's going to be shown first. But the first thing we're going to draw is just cosine x. Cosine at 0 has a value of 1. Cosine at pi halves, or 90 degrees, is 0. Cosine at pi, negative 1. Cosine at 270, or 3 pi halves, is 0 again. Cosine at 2 pi, 1 again. Cosine at 5 pi halves, 0 again. Cosine at 3 pi, which is the same thing as pi, is value of negative 1. So this is what cosine x looks like between 0 and 3 pi. Now, this is just cosine x. Now I'm going to multiply everything by 3. So the blue function is going to take all of these values and multiply it by 3. I'm going to look at the y value here only, okay, because the y value shows me what I'm going to multiply, because my y value is my output. 3 times 1 is 3. 0 times 3, still 0. Negative 1 times 3, negative 3. 0 times 3, still 0. 1 times 3, 3. 0 times 3, 0. Negative 1 times 3, negative 3. So this is 3 cosine times x. And that is what the translation would look like. Okay, so that's 3 cosine x. Now we have the vertical reflection right here. The vertical reflection is going to flip everything across the x-axis. This being my midline that I'm going to go across. So 3 times negative 1 is negative 3. 0 times negative 1, still 0. So each one of these points is now going to flip up and go down. This starts down, so it's going to go up. So Negative 3 cosine x just got flipped across the x-axis. So that's negative 3 cosine x. Now, I'm going to move everything up 1 unit. So, I'm going to move this to 4, 0 plus 1, negative 3 plus 1, 0 plus 1, negative 3 plus 1, 0 plus 1, 3 plus 1, 0 plus 1. So the final function is going to look like this. Now, that full function, the pink one, or the pink version, is equal to negative 3 cosine x plus 1. Given that this is your x-axis and this is your output axis.